and sold my company for quite a fee, which most people think it's even more than I got, but it was a pretty good fee, and I like them to think that. But it was certainly much more money than I had started out with, and but what happened was we sold our company in August 2005. So you want to talk about karma and good timing? I was at a New York State convention where the national economist was saying the market peaked in 2005 in August, and I'm sitting there going, it's the month we sold. Okay, so I'm sorry I created this problem. Okay, so, but it just, good things were happening. It just seemed to happen that way. And what happened was, and I wound up getting a job with the company that I was working, so it was a pretty, a very, very successful story that happened with that. Now, let me just follow that other one. So now, I skipped one thing else. What happened was, because when Deborah was talking about, I'm a big, motivating, try to speaker in my office to my sales agent, push them, motivate. I read a lot of motivational stuff, and I like to spit it out. I don't make it up. I'm a good plagiarizer, and so there's nothing wrong with that. But it's to get people to go, to believe in themselves, to go. And what happened is to show these people that it could work, I made a pledge in front of my office. You were there, right? You were there. And I said that within 3 years, okay, to show you that this works, okay, and it's not just pie in the sky, I will become the president of the multiple listing of Long Island. Okay, it's a 26,000 member organization. Anybody deals with a broker. And I said I will become that president. Okay, and that will show you that it works. And sure enough, now it took me some work for that to happen. I had to get put into the right positions, schmooze with the right people, put my name up there. It happened. I became the MLS president in 2005, the same year I sold my company, and was the president of the board for that year. You only get 1 year. But again, it reaffirmed that it worked. Now, it's not just, this is going to happen and it happens. There's a lot more than that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Now, the problem, that's the good news. The bad news is this, okay? The law of attraction, or whatever you want to call it, is always working, first of all, whether you believe it or not. And wherever your attention goes, focused, that's what's going to come into reality. So if you focus negative, that can come into being also. Because I'm going to give you an example. When I started working for this company, okay, it's a big name company, I won't mention them, I didn't think they were using me properly, okay? They moved me out of the area that I was in, which was a mistake, which I believe they regret this day. But they put me in another area, and I felt there was a lot of politics going on, and the people that were there before me resented me. I just felt it. And so what I started doing is I started thinking, I don't like being here. I want to get out of here. And when my contract's up, I'm getting out of here, okay? And this is the way I went to work, okay? Even without even thinking about it, it's like I didn't like it here. I don't like, of course I tried to do the best I could wherever I am, and the people I was with, I tried to do the right thing. So what happens, okay? Last July, 1 month before my contract is up, they laid me off, okay? So there's no doubt in my mind that my thought process helped that happen, okay? Is that I didn't want to be there. And the universe says, well, guess what, Dan? You're not going to be there. We're going to fire you. And they did. And the beauty about it is they fired me in June, so it was like the first opportunity I had in like 15 years to actually have off in the summer. And that's what I did. I took off and just relaxed, read books, went to the gym, and it was a very good time for me. I wasn't destitute by any means. And I knew I could get a job whenever I wanted, which I did. I went back. I'm working for another company right now, and I'm very happy there. But the point I'm making is my thought process was I'm not happy. So you got to be careful about what you think about. Okay. So now we're going to talk pretty much about the process. How does it work? Okay. Now, my answer to that is it works just fine. There's no doubt about this process works, and I know Deborah gave out some affirmation things, but you have that sheet that has the 4 bubbles on it. I'm going to kind of talk about each one of those a little bit, okay? Because I think they're important. And I'm here to tell you, if you get nothing out of this, you know, and you get one thing out of this, it'll come through these things we're going to talk about right now, okay? And the first thing that I like to always say is the starting point of all achievement, okay, comes with definiteness of purpose, okay? You must be sure about your purpose, okay? And you need to combine that with a burning desire to succeed, okay? That's where it starts, okay? I was focused on my company, making it top, and I was not going to stop till it happened. So I needed that clarity. That comes from clarity. You need to be specific, okay? And you got to make, you know, many of us are not sure what we want, okay? So you're going to see when we talk about the second thing here, sometimes you might need to do that first, okay, to get where you're at, okay? Because confusion, if you have confusion in the clarity area, okay, you're going to be sending mixed messages to your subconscious mind, which is where a lot of the action takes place. That's what starts working out into the universe, the infinite mind, whatever you want to call it. This is not religious or any means. The bottom line is there is a power, and I'm not it, okay? But I have the power to tap into it because it is within me through a connection. Okay, and the key about having your clarity is you don't have to have all the details or how you're going to get there. Okay, you just need to have the vision point where you want to get to. The rest will come along because you might have to make some changes along the way as curveball comes or things come or what you think is the way to get there. If you're operating in the proper vein, the universe might bring somebody into your life to help change it or this and that, so you might have to make some adjustments as you go. So, but you do want to have a definite purpose of where you want to be, okay? Because really, you're only going to get what you ask for, okay? And you know, you got to be careful. Now, you need to think big. Don't ask for little stuff. But again, you need to be realistic, okay? Don't put such a, you know, I want $10 million by the end of the year. Okay, well, so do I. But, you know, the chances of that happening, you know, unless you hit lottery, are pretty nil. But you could have some, you know, you could say, you know, I want to have $1 million within 2 years or whatever. But, again, you want to have some sort of plan for that. Okay, now, I'm a big believer in self-awareness, personal inventory, okay? I do believe we need to go within or else we're going to go without, okay? I do believe that strongly. With all my heart, okay, that there's a process of taking a look at ourselves, tapping into that, and clearing away what I call spiritual cholesterol, okay? And that basically, are you angry? Are you resentful? Are you a blaming person? Are you judging? You know, are other people getting in your way, okay, all the time? It's their fault. You need to take a look at yourself. Okay? Because those things are hurting you. There are blocks to the spirit, from my perspective. Okay? The problem is, you might get what you want without doing that, but I believe, from my experiences, whatever you get when you have that type of internal order will not bring the peacefulness that I seek. You know, peace is important in my life. Money is very important. I've had no money, and I've had money. Having money is better. No doubt about it. But money without peace in your heart is not good enough for me. It ain't going to work. So I need to clear those things up. So I really think that's a very important aspect in my life that it's helped open me up, is to take the time to do inventory. And I do inventory on a daily basis. I constantly look at my relationships, and every day I have to tell my wife all the things that I do wrong to her and so on. But it is important every day to review where you're at with people. Was I self-centered today? You know, was I giving? Was I loving? Did I have a pleasing personality? I believe that that's important. Now, how do we get to that point? There's many ways to get